Hi guys, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers. As you can see, we're going to be taking on Partick Thistle just now. Unfortunately, I have to start by giving you a bit of updated information here. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues with the last two episodes. They were recorded, unfortunately corrupted, so that we're not going to be seeing those. I'll just round up the fixtures here. You can see it's been a mixed bag. We beat Hibs at home. Last episode you will have seen we beat Celtic and lost to Dundee. So we beat Hibs, then we lost 2-0 unfortunately up at Pittodrie, then we beat Queen of the South in the Cup semi-final, and then we lost at Parkhead 3-1. So disappointed with the Pittodrie loss. Parkhead loss kind of to be expected. Beaten Hibs 2-0 and beaten Queen of the South 3-0, again to be expected. If we look at the Aberdeen result, this Jones lad, Jordan Jones, he kind of ripped us a little bit. He's a bit of a bog standard winger, so I was a bit disappointed to be ripped by him. And obviously the Celtic game, sort of as it is, not much to explain from those. We beat Hibs as you'd expect, same with Queen of the South. Celtic beat us as you'd expect, and that Jones guy ripped us for Aberdeen. What we're going to do now, we're going to clear the selection, pick the squad for this game against Partick at Ibrox. Fulton is now officially recognised as being better than West Fodringham, so it's going to be Ian Fulton. Then it's going to be Cardozo, who is wanted by Stuttgart and Atalanta. So if they come in with high enough bids, I'd be tempted. Then it's going to be Bruno Alves, and it's going to be Milanese. Well, do I play McCrory? No, do you know what? I'm going to keep going with Bruno Alves. No, do you know what? Screw it. I'm going to play McCrory. He's a good young player. Ross McCrory needs some more game time, so he's going to play. Milanese wanted by Partick on loan in Siena for a transfer. On the right, we're going to be going with Jordan Houston, now officially recognised as better than James Tavernier. On the left, Dimitri Mitchell will continue. He's been playing great recently. He comes in there. The deep line playmaker in here in the middle, I'm going to go with... it's a tough one. I mean, I'm going to go with Liam Henderson, and then his partner I'm going to go with Jamie, and I'm reliably informed that I should be pronouncing this Barjonas, so I'm going to go with Barjonas. If that's wrong, then, you know, don't blame me. I want him as an advanced playmaker. Carlos Pena will play in behind the two strikers, and the two strikers will obviously be Eduardo Herrera and Alfredo Morelos. And I was seeing in the comments that other people have had this weird Herrera thing where all of a sudden, you know, he went from being completely perfectly capable of playing complete forward with the support duty, and then just one day he woke up and he seems to have hit his head and forgotten how to play there. So it's a bit of a weird one, but there you go, we deal with it. Alves, Tavernier, Knudsen, Ryan Jack, I suppose, Afif and Odsonne Edouard will be the bench. I think we have quite a lot of depth in the centre of midfield, and we seem to lack depth that I have any confidence in pretty much anywhere else in the park. So we kind of have to address a balance of the team. This is something that's happened to me quite a bit actually for successive years in Football Manager. I seem to assemble an insanely good team of about 7 central midfielders, but I only have like one striker I can count on. As Thomas Cherney plays it long towards Chow, should be cut out by Cardoso. It is, but it's headed away to Pittman. He'll find Kennedy now. Partick looking to start quickly at Ibrox, but Liam Henderson does pinch it, the former Celtic player who settled right in at Ibrox. Liam Henderson now switches the play. It's a good ball to Marco Milanese, takes a nice touch, plays it out wide to Dimitri Mitchell, who has settled in well since arriving from Man United. Try to run down the line, loses it to Keown, wins it back though. Can he find a cross here? Mitchell, he goes wide, don't know sure about that decision. And then his cross is just sort of panned behind by Thomas Cherney. But he's a decent winger, wing back, Mitchell. As Henderson delivers it in, it's headed away, and that'll probably be that. Yeah, he's got a good model, you know, he's quick. He's very physically gifted, and he's okay technically on sort of key technical stats, Mitchell. So hopefully getting some game time will actually develop him into a pretty damn good player down the left hand side. He's very raw. I just hope he's not too old to properly develop. I think he's about 20 years old already, and this is him just starting to get senior games on a regular basis. Houston throws it to Pena as Kenny McLean gives Aberdeen the lead against his old team St Mirren. Cardoso now to Barjonas. Almost gives it away. Houston just manages to keep it there. Houston to Cardoso, Cardoso to McCrory, McCrory on to Barjonas, Barjonas picking it up, forward to Pena, moves it quickly towards Mitchell, will just get there ahead of the Partick man, running in, chance to shoot actually. If he tries to pass it, it's blocked. It will make its way back to Mitchell though, still running. Can he get a ball in? He gets a good ball across, and Herrera somehow hits it off Thomas Czerny. It's a terrible finish anywhere else in the goal, and that's in. As it's lumped forward to Doolan, but he shouldn't be able to get anywhere with it. He does actually get it into Chow. We have to close him down quickly. He finds Erskine now. Erskine crosses it in. It should be harmlessly out for a goal kick. But a terrible miss from Eduardo Herrera after a great ball in from Mitchell. Teasing ball across the face of the goal, and somehow Herrera's hit it off the goalkeeper. And Mitchell suffered a bruised head, I believe, so Jonas Knudsen is going to come back in. This is his chance to get his spot back. Big long throw from him now into the box, headed away by Barton, will be picked up by Houston. He's got Knudsen still there, he is there, he got angle across in now. Knudsen, nice touch, puts the ball in. Herrera, and this time Herrera scored, and Jonas Knudsen with the assist. Well, that's where he needs to play his way back in ahead of Mitchell, stuff like that, and Herrera making up for the miss earlier on with his 10th of the season. It looks like it will be a 1-0 Rangers lead going into half time, and Fopala on loan from ourselves has equalised for St Mirren against Aberdeen. I'm happy with the performance, keep it up. MD we want to bring on? I don't really think so. Do you know what? I'm going to give Afif a little chance in there behind the strikers. Technically he likes to be a winger, Afif, but we're not playing a winger, so he's going to have to make do playing in behind. Pena not playing particularly well, so that made it easy enough to bring him on and give him a shot in there. David Fopala again with an equaliser after Mackay-Steven had given Aberdeen the lead, and Rooney has given Aberdeen the lead again. We'll need a Fopala hat-trick there for... Oh, no we won't, we'll need more than that. Mackay-Steven has a brace now. It's 4-2 Aberdeen away in Paisley. Suleimani has a hat-trick for Hearts. I wonder who that is. Suleimani there. Ryan Jack will come on for Liam Henderson just now. As a Reynolds own goal gives St Mirren a way back in. It's 4-3 to Aberdeen there. It's a hell of a boring second half here. Rangers 1, Partick Thistle 0 still the score. Hearts 4-3 ahead of St Johnstone. 30 seconds remaining here as Barjonas puts it in. It's probably just going to be cleared. No, it's McCrory, and Ross McCrory makes it 2-0. Well done to the young man. First senior Rangers goal for Ross McCrory will make it a 2-0 victory for Rangers on the day. No danger here of Partick Thistle getting anything. Final whistle at Ibrox. A comfortable 2-0 for ourselves. Good performance, and McCrory, who just sneaked in to the lineup ahead of Bruno Alves before kick-off, has actually ended the game player of the match, or man of the match, and a comfortable 2-0 victory. Unfortunately Celtic beat Hamilton, and Aberdeen obviously beat St Mirren, so we didn't actually gain any ground on Celtic or build the gap back to Aberdeen. But at the end of the day, good performance, and Liam Burt with 2 assists gets a 9 rating on loan at Falkirk, so that's good news. Anyone else getting on really well? Yeah, Danny Finlayson, and Mabudi playing okay. Danny Finlayson does very well. Bednarchuk not so much. Not much time for him. David Bates doing well for Wraith against Motherwell. Jack Thompson likewise. David Fopala obviously doing very well. That game actually ended 4-5 in Aberdeen's favour. Crazy game. 2 goals for Fopala. 6 days now before we take on St Johnstone. We're actually 3rd in the league in terms of goals scored and goals conceded. So that's not good. Obviously all that matters is really being first, but it definitely shows we need to tighten up at the back and increase our output. We want to be comfortably second in every department if we can't beat Celtic. In terms of goals again, Celtic have only conceded 5 and ourselves we've conceded 12, Aberdeen only 11. we scored 22, and actually surprisingly Hearts have scored 28, so Hearts team scoring more than us. Do they have anybody, no, that's not what I meant, anybody that we might want to pinch? Kyle Lafferty. What about the Suleimani guy? How's he? Yeah, he's alright. I don't see anybody really in the Hearts team that we would want to take from them, I don't think. Suleimani's hat-trick there actually was the only goals that he's scored so far in a Hearts jersey. As Lacazette gives Arsenal a win over Liverpool there. We are the Friday game against St Johnstone, so we'll play our game. Then what we'll do is see the results obviously of the other fixtures in the league to see where that leaves us in the league table. Hopefully we'll get a comfortable victory over St Johnstone here, who after beating Aberdeen comfortably in to third place, they've absolutely plummeted this season, way down the ranks. So Tavernier, Rossiter want more first team action, and Ross Lyon wants to go on loan. I don't know what to do with Tavernier. Part of me thinks he should maybe get some more game time, but Jordan Houston is going to be a hell of a player, and there's absolutely no point in us having Jordan Houston on the bench when he's not any worse than Tavernier. Do you know what I mean? Tavernier's got no upside really to playing him. It would be nice to actually get him sold if possible. Again, we have to look at David Brooks, which is just unrealistic because he's £10 million or something he costs. Graham Cummins has scored 4 goals in 5 matches against us. Well, we'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen by pounding them into a pulp early on, sap the morale, and then just go and sweep up. As it is now time for St Johnstone. Tactical briefing. Yep, Bert Conterman can do that yet again. Bruno Alves is capable. Dimitri Mitchell fitness test not required. So I'm actually going to bring Jonas Knudsen back in for Mitchell, and I will put Jordan. Will I put Jordan Thompson on the bench? Yeah, I will. I'll put Jordan Thompson on the bench. Does anyone deserve a chance? I don't really think anybody really does deserve a chance. I mean, Pena deserves to lose his spot because he's been pretty hopeless. Do you know what? I'm going to bring Ryan Jack in, and I'm going to put Liam Henderson up there. Liam Henderson can be an advanced playmaker just behind the strikers, and Ryan Jack can be a defensive deep line playmaker. Morelos hasn't been very good, so I'm actually going to start Odsonne Edouard just now, and he can play up there just in behind, slightly behind Herrera. Let's see how that team gets on. I think we're playing in that space now where minor adjustments is what we need. A couple of players, for example Herrera, not really pulling his weight for me. Perhaps if we bring Jack in to sit and we actually move Henderson up, Henderson could do the role in there better than Pena has been. But we'll see. We just kind of need to try these things. And Herrera, unfortunately, picking up an injury. Potential groin injury. Okay, well, Morelos is going to have to come on. He can play up front with Odsonne Edouard. But missing Herrera now, arguably our key man. Barjonas to take the free kick, scoops it in. Headed down by Jack. Henderson takes it on the chest. It's won though, very well by the defence. Witherspoon will play that long, but it's easy for Milanese. He plays it to Houston. Houston to Barjonas. A lot of space. Ditto for Jack. Back to Barjonas. Traps it nicely into Henderson. Tries to slip it around the corner and it's cut out well, and Xander Clark can play this long for Quitongo. It's not good from Henderson so far. He's given the ball away twice. Quitongo switching it for Cummins. No pressure on him. Time to take a bad touch and recover. Witherspoon now, he's got the overlap. It's forward for Quitongo, but Milanese will cut that out. He goes back the way to Ian Fulton. Ian Fulton could go to Cardoso here, you feel. He goes the other way to Milanese. It's not a great pass, but it's a lovely touch on the chest. Forward to Ryan Jack now, and Barjonas can find Henderson. Henderson out to Jordan Houston. Not a brilliant ball again, but it does eventually reach Houston. He goes into Barjonas, helps it to Henderson. Quickly to Morelos, that's better. Morelos! What a finish by Alfredo Morelos, powers it underneath Xander Clark into the bottom right hand corner from the goalkeeper's perspective. Brilliant finish, and Morelos off the bench for the injured Herrera after being dropped for Odsonne Edouard, and he's bagged a goal. Exactly what we needed from him in response to being benched today. Technically it's an assist there from Liam Henderson. Actually, on paper, don't think St Johnstone's squad looks that bad. I mean, Cummins is a good striker, Quitongo's a good young prospect, Skugel's good, Witherspoon's not a bad player there, Xander Clark's not a bad goalkeeper for that level. Pretty decent on paper, it's obviously just not going their way. Do we want to bring anyone on? Let's bring Thompson on for Knudsen there, who's not playing particularly well today. Morelos to Henderson to Thompson. Lots of young players playing today, young Scottish players at that. Thompson into Odsonne Edouard, not one of the young Scottish players. Henderson, Barjonas, Henderson, Jack, Barjonas. Is there something at the start of the half? Nope, so easy interception by Murray Davidson there. And only at 1-0 we have to concentrate a little bit in the second half. The 4-4-2 from St Johnstone could catch us if they just lump the ball long. Steve McLean is actually on for Quitongo, the old boys up front. Witherspoon chasing this, Thompson rises, Witherspoon does get it to Cummins, Jack's tackle plays in McLean. And Stephen McLean, I think pretty much the first touch of the ball, he's bagged the equaliser. I'm going to take Jack off, Henderson will drop back, and we're going to bring on Carlos Pena, and we're going to have to go more attacking here. Attacking, much higher tempo now actually, play wider, close down more, mix the passing, push higher. We need to go as aggressively as we possibly can here. We simply cannot be drawing this game. To be whipped in by Barjonas now. Can we get an immediate goal from the corner? Whipped in, Shaughnessy away, picked up by Pena, and now it's not actually a chance, it was just a little thing it showed us while it was making the change. We can't shout to push forward yet, but Ian Fulton will take this goal kick long. It's deep towards Edouard, who sort of takes it down, but Davidson gets it to Suter. Suter will play it long, Milanese heads it away. Barjonas now, ball to Pena. It's a brilliant challenge by Payton, and Davidson will pick this up. Davidson tries to play it in behind for Cummins, but it should be cut out by Milanese. It is. Simple passes there to Thompson. Thompson gets it, moves it quickly towards Edouard, who's beaten by Shaughnessy. Not good from the big target man. McCrory though down to Barjonas, and Henderson moves it to Pena. Not quickly enough, but it goes forward to Morelos. Morelos losing it to Suter, but does manage to keep possession. Ball somehow finds its way to Thompson, angles it in. Morelos is arriving with a header, and it's Alfredo Morelos, and Rangers retake the lead, thank God. Retain possession a little bit here with a shorter passing, balanced. Aye, let's just go with that. Let's tell the boys to concentrate for these last couple of minutes here. 15 minutes to go. Henderson, can he seal it with a free kick? It's over the wall, it's well wide of the net though. We'll just go a little more standard right now and get that defensive line normal. We don't want to leave ourselves open at the back. I think now for the last 4 minutes we'll just go a bit more defensively. Just try and tighten it up a little here. And 10 seconds to go. Xander Clark's kick taken long, that should be that. Milanese forward to Odsonne Edouard. He's got a runner actually ahead of him in Morelos, but he holds it up. Not a brilliant ball. Morelos traps it. The final whistle goes, and there is a 2-1 victory for Rangers. We just about deserve that, I think. Well done, lads. Could easily have said to them there that it was a bit of a sketchy performance, but at the end of the day, want to keep morale high. 2 to 3 days only from Herrera, thank God. So he'll be back comfortably in time for Ross County, which is in 15 days, and then Kilmarnock. Hopefully that's 2 victories there, setting us up for that final against St Johnstone. If we look at the coming fixtures this weekend, Aberdeen hosting Hibs will be an interesting one. Celtic go to Dundee on Sunday. You'd expect them to win that one. Well, you expect them to win every game pretty much, but we'll see how they get on in that one, and then we'll call it an episode for now. So let's just have a look here at how Aberdeen get on at Pittodrie against Hibs. It's a 1-1. Hibernian getting the point up at Pittodrie, which leaves Aberdeen 3 behind, I think. It does indeed, it leaves them on 24 with us on 27, so Aberdeen are left 3 points behind. I've got a lot of updates here, scouting updates. Finlayson played well again, Bednarchik got an assist, played well, Bierman was okay, Aidan Wilson played well, Bates played well, Thompson was okay, Fopala was pretty poor, Ollie Cook played okay, Graham Dorrans was brilliant for Birmingham. We've been linked with the Preston Post. Liam Kelly played okay, Mabudi okay, Adamson okay, Burton was a bit subpar after his magnificent performance last time out for Falkirk. And here comes Celtic Dundee. It's probably a little too much to hope for Dundee to get something, but who knows? Somebody has to get something. Oh, 2-1 to Celtic. How close was it? Moussa Dembele in the 87th minute. It was close, but Celtic do manage to get the win. They stay 6 points clear. They've only lost 1 game all season. Who beat them actually? Let's see. They lost away at Hearts. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. 2 solid victories at Ibrox. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It's good to be back on track with 2 wins in a row. Hopefully we can do the same when we come back against Ross County and Kilmarnock. If you've liked the episode, please drop down below and leave a like. It really helps out the channel. If you want to follow the series, you can subscribe. We've got a lot of new series actually lining up just to debut on the channel soon, so something a little bit different, not quite full series, but something just a little bit different. So look out for that, and I'll see you next time when we take on Ross County and Kilmarnock.